Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Chelsea, and if you are struggling to lose weight on a plant-based diet or really any diet and you don't know what to eat for weight loss or how to get your habits in check, then this is the channel for you. Today I'm going to be sharing 4 amazing, delicious vegan sauces and salad dressings that I absolutely love, and talking about how they fit in on a weight loss journey as well, because let's be honest, most salad dressings are absolutely loaded with oil or cashews, and they are not really weight loss friendly because they are super high in calories. And if you're like me, then a little bit is not enough. You want to eat a ton. So I'm going to share with you some that are lower in calories, and then I'm also going to share with you some that are more your cashew based traditional kind of salad dressing, kind of really slightly more decadent, delicious ones, but showing you how much I would have to make it great for weight loss. And I'm also at the end of the video going to be showing you what I do instead of these kind of things, because I don't have a lot of time. I don't really use a lot of salad dressings in my life. I've got a few little tips and tricks that I do to make my meals flavorful, so keep an eye out for that. So I'm going to be making a tofu mayonnaise, a soy sesame dressing, a tahini lemon dressing, and a green dressing sauce dip thing, which is phenomenal. All right, let's get into the video, and we're going to start with making a tofu mayonnaise. So you are going to need a blender for half of these recipes. It's a little bit of a pain, but what you can do is you can do like quite a large batch that's going to last you like a week. What I like about this tofu mayonnaise is that we are going to be using tofu as the main ingredient, and because tofu is much lower in calorie density than something like cashews, you get the creaminess there, and you can use quite a lot of this dressing without adding a ton of calories. So this is a really good option if you're going to be wanting to use something for like a potato salad or on top of like your kind of everyday salad dressing. Tofu is obviously really good for you as well. So let's get to making it. Let's blend it up until super smooth. Okay, let's test this baby, eh? That's what it looks like. Got a little bit of mustard on there. I mean, it tastes tofu-y. The quality and the mildness of your tofu is going to directly correlate to how this mayo tastes. I just think it needs a bit more salt, so let's do that. And I've been using this garlicky herb salt, which is going to make it pop. Mix that in and give it some texture. And this is what I used to do, if I can, at my cafe job, is I'll have 1 spoon for mixing and then 1 spoon for tasting, so that I didn't like contaminate. So mix, taste. Try again. This is hard work. Look at that tiny little bit on there. That's yum. That would be yum with a sushi bowl. Yeah, so I have to say that this is so creamy and just quite decadent, but pretty low in calories, to be honest, because it's just tofu. Really rate this one. All right, so while we're here, we'll do another blender recipe. And this is a recipe that I think is more of like a special occasion kind of recipe. It does have some cashews. It's a bit higher in fat. It's definitely higher in calorie density than the tofu mayo, but it is a major crowd pleaser, and it's adapted from a recipe which is called I think it's just called Magic Green Sauce. So that one has pistachios and it has oil and a few different ingredients. So I'm just going to call this one Awesome Green Sauce. Let's make it. Mushed it down a little bit. Okay, this is what it looks like. Oh, let's give it a bit of a test. So I intentionally left this kind of chunky in here. Let's get a spoon, eh? Got a spoon. That's kind of what it looks like. Oh. It's so good. It smells so divine. I'm like, it smells so divine. That is flippin' amazing. This sauce is so yum. Like the parsley, jalapenos, it's not actually spicy with the jalapenos I use. They're not very spicy ones. It's just really, really good. Look at that. It's just amazing. Seriously. So this sauce is delicious and it is a bit more of a decadent sauce. So if I was going to have this, I'd probably save it for like quite a special occasion. Simply by eliminating the oil in the original recipe and like putting the avocado in there so that it's not a fully cashew based recipe means that it is lower in calorie density than most dressings that I see on the internet. But for me personally, during a weight loss phase, like I would not, or even a maintenance phase, I would not want to be eating this every single day. This is the kind of thing that I would have if, you know, I was cooking for a whole group of people and I wanted to impress, or I wanted to have something in a bit more of a special occasion. If you were going to have this every day, I'd probably grab like a tablespoon, at most 2, and then maybe mix it with some lemon to spread it a little bit further. But definitely give this a try. It is seriously, seriously delicious. And you could actually do it with less cashews and more avocado, which again would bring the calorie density down. It's not going to last super long because of that avocado, so probably like 3 days tops. It might just go like a little bit brown, so give it a mix. Yum. Okay, so the next recipe is really, really delicious, and this is much, much lower in calories because it doesn't contain any nuts. It does have a little bit of seeds in it, and it is perfect for anything that is like cooked veggies or over rice. It's a soy and sesame deliciousness. Please don't have this all over one day because there's a lot of sodium in there from the soy sauce, but we've tried to dilute that a little bit with some red wine vinegar. This is just a great one to be putting on cooked veg and rice, anything like that. Just keep it in your fridge. I mean, I'm always cooking for more than just myself, so I just make something like this and that would do my family. So I'd probably have like a quarter of that on a meal. Yum, cheers, bottoms up. Just kidding. This next recipe is so easy, and this is the kind of thing that I motorbike. But don't think that person had a helmet. Dangerous. I would probably eat more on a regular basis, but like I said, I don't really have dressings, and I'll show you why. But I'm gonna make this as a single serve, so if I was to make this up, so you can see the kind of amounts that I would be using to just keep it weight loss friendly. So I want to keep this dressing around about 100 calories and not more, which it could very easily do. So let's do it. Okay, because as you can see, I didn't use much tahini there, and as many people have pointed out, I have a crap brand of tahini. All right, I'm sorry, Macro, Whole Foods, whoever you are. If you can, go and get some legitimate tahini, pourable tahini, and it is going to be much better than my Sorry Bunch. But yeah, you can see I used just a really small amount. I used a teaspoon of that, and then I've mixed it with a lot of lemon. Let's give it a taste test. Oh, it's heckin' lemony, which I like because it's going, and bitter, because it's going to be going over a huge salad, which is how I would have it if I was going to be eating it like that. So as you can see, I really don't have a lot. The reason for that is that in weight loss, you need to get into a calorie deficit. So you need to eat less calories than you burn. So that means that you are going to have to reduce your calories when it comes to weight loss. It's less important whether that comes from fat or carbohydrates, although it is better to come from whole food carbohydrates with a small amount of fat in your diet. Hear me out, I did not say no fat, all right? And oil free does not mean no fat either. As some people have said, well, if you're not having oil, how are you getting fat, mate? There is fat in other foods other than oil, all right? So you're going to find that foods like this that are high in calories, tahini, nuts, all of those kind of things, they add up quickly. So if I was to put in a couple of tablespoons of tahini, something that should be just a dressing is going to add up to 300-400 calories, which is probably pretty similar to the meal that I'm eating. So this is why I eat such a small amount of that kind of thing. Now, like I said, I don't really make dressings, so I'm going to show you what I do instead. So my go-to toppings are hummus. It's a huge pot of hummus. This is not mine, by the way. And avocado. And pretty much I just alternate with them. When I use store-bought hummus, I just make sure I use a small amount because it does contain a little bit of oil. For me, that's okay. That's worth it, because even though this has a little bit of oil, it's still going to be lower in calorie density than a nut-based dressing. So I'm all good with that, and it's also much easier because it's already store-bought. So I'll put hummus on pretty much anything. I will put it on noodles. I will put it on spaghetti bolognese. I would put it on potatoes. I would use it on top of a salad. One thing I like to do is to mix a little bit of hummus with lemon juice, and this makes a super quick and easy dressing. When it comes to using something with avocado, I'm going to look at the avocado and go, I'll probably just have a quarter of this one. If it was smaller, I would have half. And then I like to mash it up, put some salt and pepper, maybe some lemon juice, and then I just stick it on top of my food. And I get little bits of avocado, and then I eat it with the rest of the food. Another thing that I really like to do for my salads is just sprinkle some herb salt. I find that if I have got some avocado in there and I've got some slightly kind of wetter components like baked sweet potato, I don't really need a dressing. I feel like so many people want to have dressings on their salads and want to like drench things in salad dressing because it's what you've been probably conditioned to do. But if you can start enjoying the kind of components in a bowl without needing a ton of dressing, maybe just something like this, what you're going to find, this is the tahini one, what you're going to find over time is that you actually start enjoying that more. I can't imagine now smothering a salad in a creamy dressing, because how would I taste it? But I do love the herb salt, and quite often I will use a little bit of soy sauce as well, or that soy and sesame sauce that I showed you. All right, that's it. That's how to create 4 amazing, delicious, vegan, oil-free dressings that you can use for different occasions. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, and remember, weight loss is about an overall calorie deficit. So that's much more about the overall picture of your diet rather than just the dressings that you put on your food. Knowing what to eat for weight loss is only a tiny piece of the puzzle, and most of what the weight loss journey is really being able to get consistent with knowing what to do. It's not the what of weight loss. You can learn that very quickly. It's the how to put it into practice, how to get accountable, how to stick to your goals, how to stick to things when you want to binge and you want to emotionally eat. And that is all to do with using proven methods of behavioral change to actually start making progress. So if you want to know more about that and how to lose weight on a plant-based diet, then Lean with Plants is for you, and it is open this week for 5 days only, and we will not be open again until 2022. So check out the link in the bio if you want to join the program and join hundreds of women who are losing weight successfully, some for the first time, and keeping it off on a plant-based diet. All right, that's it from me. I will see you next week for another video.